What's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 188, and we're recording on May 9th, 2022. I'm Doug, and joining me today we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
And as a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. All right, Warren's at his parents' house right now. I'm handling the recording, so if we're having any kind of audio issues or whatever, it's on me this week, but, you know, it is what it is. Are you going to be there next week, too?
Yeah, I'll be here until next week. I also have, like, a pretty cheap mic compared to the one I use, so if I sound funky, that might be why. I'll do what I can on the post-editing to figure that out, but,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and I think, yep, we're going to read the Grooveland thing again? Yes, so today One more time. The episode is brought to you by the Grooveland US Tour, brought to you by Studio Pav. Grooveland's very own Ravi, Nafla, and Zito are touring 6 different American cities, starting in New York on May 14th, also making stops in Chicago, Los Angeles, Atlanta, and more. SojuTalk is teaming up with their tour management Studio Pop to give you a special opportunity. Tickets are now on sale, so visit kpoptickets.com to buy yours. You could use the promo code SJTPOD for the LA stop, or the code SojuTalk for all other venues during checkout to receive an additional 10% discount on top of ongoing sales if you are buying tier 5 tickets only. All right. And we're going to receive a small cut, so shout out to Studio Pav and the Grooveland US Tour.
Shout outs. Just quick heads up, a couple of you guys reached out to me in terms of figuring out how to apply this code, which is, you know, making me think it might be not that straightforward to apply this code. And I've seen it for myself, so I know it's not straightforward. If you're having trouble with it, let me know. I'm there to help. I am here to help. I am on the internet. I'm connected to the 4GLT network. So
either DM him on Twitter, like Instagram, or SojuTalk Instagram. I don't know if that one would actually work. YouTube comments for sure, or if you join our Discord, just message Warren and go through his DMs on that.
No, everything. I'm here. Message me, DM me on Reddit if you can find my Reddit account. Dude.
I think the easiest way would be to look at like the K hip hop channel or something to find you. To be honest,
dude, a couple. I've been like writing like really long comments in the K hip hop subreddit where people have been like, "Yo, like." There was
like a period where Warren's like, look at this argument I got into, and he would send me a link.
Oh man,
dude, I was straight up writing like 1,500 word essays.
You're that guy.
You guys think I speak a lot on this podcast? Watch me on Reddit.
All right. Finally, a big shout out to our new Fiesta patron. I don't know exactly how to say this name. I messaged them. They didn't respond to me, so I'm gonna go with Tax or Taxi. It's TACZ, so shout out to them. Their real name is Zach, so I figured Zach had to fit into there because it's kind of in there. So we'll go with Tax. That's what we're gonna go with.
Yo, shout out to Tax.
So yeah, new Fiesta Patreon. If you want to join our Patreon, the link is in the YouTube description. All right. Big new releases. We're covering 3 songs this week. It's a boy group, and I think it's a boy group bonanza, male soloist bonanza. I think these 3 songs really are kind of summarizing what the meta is right now in K-pop between the 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
Do you get what I'm saying, right? So
yeah,
we
have
iKON's But You, Woodz I Hate You, and TXT Good Boy Gone Bad. I kept on getting that mixed up with the Miss A song.
Oh,
Good Girl, Bad Girl.
Boy.
Yeah. All right, so the first song is iKON's But You. They are from YG, debut 2015. Their last 3 songs were YYY Dive and I'm Okay, with 27 music show wins so far. This one kind of had like a 80s vibe to it. Pretty retro. A little subdued though for a retro song, right? The chill vibes a little bit. I think that this song was a pretty solid song from iKON. They've been on this kind of melancholy-y vibe as of the last like 4 or 5 releases, which is a big departure from their initial like bombastic, up-in-your-face hip-hop style, what we're known back in like 2015 to like 17, 18, right? That was all they were known for. But we've gone this like mature route. This song, while it is a retro song and it is kind of fast-paced at times, it still has this like air of like chilling going on with it. It's a little like relaxed a bit. I don't know how to put it.
It's like it's dreamy a little bit, you know?
Like
Yes.
I think if I were to use like the hipster genre terms, like you could say synth pop, you could say synth wave, you could make the argument for dream pop. If you know what that is, like people like Adoy in Korea is really known for doing this really, really well. And like after the second chorus at the bridge at the end of it, I'm hearing like classic R&B in there as well. So that was really, really cool, right? There's a lot of well, honestly, it's a lot of trendy sounds that I feel like sounds very mature, but also like almost playful at the same time. I don't know. I hear the chillness. I hear the playfulness. It doesn't feel like they're trying to be all serious, but at the same time, they're like kind of toned down a little bit. So that's really cool, right?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I feel like when I heard like the instrumental come in, I was a little surprised because I kind of was expecting something different from iKON, or I kind of associate them with a different sound now. I'm glad that they went with this because even though it still has a very, it's not happy. It's more like we mentioned, a little more chill, but still with tones of a little bit of melancholy in there. I want to say, I don't know. I think it was refreshing to see it from them, even though like the sound is not necessarily new. We've seen other groups do something similar with the retro sound, more synthy 80s sound like. I don't know. It felt refreshing coming from them, and I feel like they still added a little bit of their own flair. Specifically, I was thinking of Bobby's verse because I feel like, oh yeah, this kind of adds something that other groups that have done this similar sound wouldn't have done or couldn't do. So I feel like it makes sense that they did a little twist to it, but not completely. Like I still feel like it's within their realm.
Shout outs to Bobby, right? Because like 90% of the time when I talk about boy group rap on K-pop, I'm usually like, oh, it was a little lacking. Oh, it was just kind of appropriate, or like, you know, nothing too positive. Bobby's a classic example of a good rapper in K-pop. Just period.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, so good.
I think that Bobby had a heyday where he was extremely popular. It also not only in K-pop but in general public levels.
Yeah.
And then as iKON had a like honestly they had a bit of like a downward kind of less popular phase, I would say, because of the whole BI situation. I think kind of aided to that, but Bobby has remained extremely good, and now because he's not as hyped up, he's like underrated, right? If anything, that's how I feel about him.
I don't know if I can think about. I don't know if I can rate or rank all the boy group rappers in K-pop right now. But he'd be up there, top 5 easily. Like,
I agree.
Solid, good stuff. Like
he's done a lot with getting better as a singer too, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, right, well, his singing part.
The last note of everything of that 8-bar verse was great. Just a great outro to that verse, you know.
Like I don't know if it was unexpected, but like back in the day when they were doing the more aggressive stuff, I didn't think that this guy would be able to do that. Right?
Yeah.
But he's definitely improved in that aspect. iKON's an interesting group because they do have an inherent fan base that still lingers with them. I don't know how much they connect with the younger fans of K-pop who are joined in much later. Like the last, like let's say you joined K-pop last 2-3 years. I don't know if you really appreciate how good iKON was at the really popular phase of their run. At the same time, they still produce quality music. I think the first couple of melancholy ones were just a bit jarring because no one knew like why. Like it felt depressing. On top of the fact that BI had that thing where he had to leave the group. On top of that, so it was like a combination effect where it's like, oh, we're kind of in the dumps here, you know, like. And if you're a positive person, I think a lot of us were just like, I don't know how to feel about this. It feels like there was a bad situation, and they feel a little depressed about it, and it's coming out in the music and making me feel kind of bad, you know, like. But now that they've done it a couple times, I get what they're coming from now. It seems more like the sound sounds a lot more rooted now, and it feels more authentic, I would say, now than it ever has. So I kind of like this one from them. And I think this is the most positive of their mopey songs that they've had. I wouldn't even consider this a mopey song.
No, I think it's it's like a positive spin on mopiness, I guess. And like, I remember we talked about YYY back when it dropped, and we were like not very positive about it. But here, I feel like there's a lot of expanding they can do. And,
yes.
Right. I don't know if this is a one-off concept or this is a new direction for them. That we have no idea. YG probably doesn't know themselves. But if they do decide to go into this route of dream pop, this kind of sound that's been explored heavily by like a lot of pop indie musicians. There's a lot of sounds they can check out that's going to be really unique and really, really cool, yet also very friendly to the general public's ears, right? So that's my takeaway with the track, right? If someone were to come to me and they were going to be like, oh, like synthwave, dead trend, get out of here, I might be like, okay, fair point. But this could be the start of something really, really good. So I wouldn't overlook that,
I think and you got something to say?
No, I was just gonna add on, like, I agree with the part where you say like this could be the start of something, but I feel like when most groups do the synthy retro sound, it tends to be a one-off thing. Like, I don't think it's gonna be an identity in their sound.
Yeah, stop doing that. Why y'all doing that? Stop doing that.
Yeah, so I feel like, honestly, it makes sense, because I feel like while it's good, while I appreciate it right now, I don't think it's quite the identity for iKON yet. I feel like they're still figuring it out, but I agree that this is a step in the direction where, like, we're not really following it with that melancholy sound moving forward.
Right.
I feel like this is a move in a different direction where, like, the emotional aspect of the music is shifting now.
I want to make a take here.
Okay.
I feel that this generation of K-pop artists, this is not just to do with iKON, this is to do with the wider K-pop market. The generational shift that happened in K-pop, where we have these younger groups that did really well, really quick.
Very fast.
The turnover rate and the popularity, like, if you think about groups that all having regular popularity numbers, right? And the wave that happened with, like, Stray Kids and then TXT, right? Was such a giant shock to the system that a lot of these sort of veteran groups got kind of left in the dust a little, I feel. Like, your Monster X's, your iKONs, right? Where these new groups got so popular so quick and established themselves so quick that some of these other older groups who still release good music now are a little underrated because of how much people pay attention to these more recent groups. And I think that this generational shift was one of the hardest ones we've seen in K-pop, where it's like, man, these new groups are really coming hard.
Yeah. No, I feel like you have a point there. Yeah. Because they were really, really popular leading up into the, what you could argue as the globalization era of K-pop.
Yeah. Right? So like for me, groups like Astro, maybe Pentagon, Newest, Winner, like iKON, they were all just kind of around doing their thing, and then all these new groups just came out of nowhere and just smacked them in the face, right? Like, I think this is really specific for boy groups. I think a little bit earlier, and now girl groups.
Oh, girl groups now.
Girl groups, it's happened in the last 12 months. That kind of humongous shift. Yeah. Whenever aespa popped off, that's what triggered it.
I do feel like a part of it is like when you're talking about, for a lot of listeners who have started to listen to K-pop in the recent, I guess, renaissance of it, which would be the last 3 or 4 years, you're either stuck between the really OGs, which is like Girls' Generation, Kara, those folks, or the new generation OGs, which would be Twice, Blackpink, Red Velvet, those folks. And you missed the gap in the middle.
You know what that gap is in the middle? All of the produced groups.
What?
Is it?
A humongous bunch of the produced groups in the middle. Like, I'm talking like AB6, CIX.
Oh, post-produced.
Like,
okay.
I'm saying like the post-produced groups. A lot of them fall into that kind of like in-between generation phase, I think. AB6, like...
Okay, I see what you mean. That wasn't really what I was referring to, but that makes sense as well.
Yeah, no, but you're saying more, you're really a huge fanboy of the older stuff or the newer stuff. That's what you're saying, right?
Right. I guess the fandom that was very heavily invested between 2011 and 2016, 15-ish. You guys are there. No, I'm not saying you guys aren't there, but I guess you guys are busy. I don't know. I feel that. I'm busy with life too, so...
No, I feel you. Like, you're like an OG, like, yo, shiny, yo,
yes.
like, 21, yo. You're old head at this point because you're pushing late 20s, you're pushing like mid to late 20s, early 30s now if you're in that group. But I think that's that. And then we had like a bunch of groups that were pretty big at the time because there wasn't really anything else there. And then we had a lot of the groups that happened with the kids who were on Produce. There was a ton of them at one point, right?
Oh yeah.
And now we have all the new groups, and I think that like middle section is where a lot of these groups have fallen into, and it's like they're still around and they still release good music. It's just their fandoms aren't as gigantic as what they once were.
You know, I think it's not even that. I think it's not less of a middle section and more of like the market is big. Well, not big.
Yeah.
It's small, but there's a lot of people in it.
It was a you had to be niche and have a strong fan base, but now it's a globalization and you have just a ton of fans, right?
Right. Yeah.
This could be a big discussion for another day, but I just feel like because I was watching you know why I thought of this? I was watching a soccer video, right? Because I've been getting into soccer again, and people were talking about how Neymar is kind of stuck in between two generations, between the Ronaldo and Messi generation, and now like the Mbappe, Erling Haaland generation, and Neymar's just kind of stuck in the middle there, and that's what a lot of these groups feel like to me these days. I think that's a good comparison, honestly.
I see that.
If you get it, yeah. I'm not sure how many people are gonna get.
But if you like soccer, I think that comparison makes 100% sense to what I'm trying to say, right? Like, all right, let's move on to the second song. We have Woodz with "I Hate You." He is from Yehua, debut 2014 with Unique, 2019 with X1. Last three songs were Waiting, Feel Like, Bump Bump with one music show win so far. I'm gonna say it. This is my favorite Woodz song.
Wow.
Oh. Really? I agree with this.
I feel like if you are what the youngins call a boomer, where you're mid-20s to early 30s, these days that's what's classified as a boomer, and you lived in America, and you liked a kind of alternative punk emo music, this is probably going to be your jam, right?
Yeah. It has like, a flair of that, yes.
I the whole day, I feel like some parts of the song sound so familiar to other songs that I used to really like, but I just couldn't think of them. But my overall feeling was that this is like really the type of music I was listening to when I was in like high school. And for Anita, it must have been like middle school, right?
Middle school,
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, no. Honestly, for me, I think what I like about groups, people, soloists who commit to this sort of sound is that the whole package has to kind of go along with it. So visually, I really like the costuming, very grungy.
It was so like grunge punk
yeah,
rock.
I like that. But with touches of like abstract art as well. Like
yes,
in the music video.
It was abstract art the entire way through. I want to get one of his blow up vinyl suit top.
What is he wearing?
Here's the thing: if you functionally don't try to wear that at home, you're gonna suffocate and die if you try to wear something like
safe.
that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but honestly, I like the visual aspects a lot for it, for this sound, because I feel like it adds to that vibe. And I don't know, I feel like it complements the sound very well. The hair, the styling. I know he's been doing a lot of like, how do I call it? Like bruising makeup? I feel like I've seen it in some other of his comebacks, right?
There's a pictorial of Robert Pattinson in Vogue, which is the same exact styling. You've seen that one, right, Anita?
Yeah,
that's exactly what this basically looks like.
Yeah, I don't know if it's trendy right now to do that.
How do I know that?
It's a little disturbing, but I guess it kind of adds to that modern art vibe that he was going for in the music video as well, because he had like a lot of like lipstick or paint around his mouth, and it kind of looked like blood. I don't know.
He had what looks like blood on his face, on his mouth.
Yeah, like bruising.
Right.
I guess it was adding.
It was in
GQ.
It was in. It wasn't in. It was in GQ. Never mind.
GQ. Okay, I saw the photos. I know what you're referencing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess I like that. There's that sense of commitment to the whole concept, because I feel like the sound itself. It's something that a lot of people could do. But I feel like you kind of have to go with the styling, the makeup to really sell it, and I feel like he really did that here, and I really appreciate it.
Okay.
You don't like the song nearly as much as we do.
Let me speak. Oh my god. Okay. Here's the thing. I've been doing a lot of research into punk rock the last like couple months. I have, because that's like something I'm not familiar with. My middle school and high school days was just hip hop. That was it. It was like it was Kanye, Soul Company, like Supreme Team, those folks. Drunken Tiger. Here's the thing. After doing a lot of research in that field, coming back to this, I'm starting to wonder if this was the best choice for Woodz. Let me get to, before I say that, I do agree with you guys. I do think he did a really good interpretation of this genre. I think he in a lot of ways he modernized it, also brought back a lot of like the keystones of this kind of aesthetic, both visually and sound wise as well. And I think that's really, really great. On the other hand, I'm listening to his voice and I'm like, is this the best utilization of his really good voice?
He has a really high pitched voice.
It is a little high, yes.
So high pitched.
His range.
Yeah, and like I remember, I forget which one. It was the one where we were like, oh, this kind of sounds like a boa track. I
feel like
was it Lullaby? Feel like. Yeah, no, yeah. I feel like that track was like a really good utilization of his voice tone in terms of putting together an appropriate concept sound-wise and his voice, and that was so well done. This, does it work? Yeah, I mean, it works. But is it like the best? You know what I mean? Is it like the best?
Well, here's the thing. Like honestly, the punk rock, alternative rock scene back in the early 2000s didn't have the most substance in the world. A lot of these songs, like a lot of them didn't. No, like I'm gonna be straight up here, and I was really into it. And I feel like that's sort of what is coming into play here, where it's just kind of like it's a tad repetitive. I'll give you that. It does the song doesn't change much, other than when they do the half count breakdown, which is very stereotypical of songs back in that time. You know, where they go halftime all of a sudden. But I kind of see what you're saying there, where it's not doing the most.
Yeah, I don't know if this is the permanent sound he wants to go with, or semi-permanent. I don't know, because I know he's been building into this sound the last couple comebacks. My question is, how do you make it uniquely yours? I'm not sure if your voice tone is the perfect match for this. That's just my personal take. You know, maybe you think it's a perfect match.
Can I have an anecdote about a punk rock person that I almost met in person, but Warren didn't think it was him, so I didn't get to meet him. We were at the toy convention that Tanyoka got us tickets to, and I swear that I saw Travis McCoy from Gym Class Heroes, and Warren was like, "Who's that?" Like he's like, "That's not him. That's not him," and it was him. It was him.
I mean, no, you showed me pictures, and I was like, He doesn't look like this guy. Like,
it was him because later on his Instagram he posted that it was at the toy fair.
Oh man!
And that was like 10 minutes after I met the wrestler guy.
I was like so unlikely.
Yeah.
I don't even know who Gym Class Heroes is. I'm sorry.
Oh my god! All right, Warren, your homework is to listen to some Gym Class Heroes and Fall Out Boy.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Green Day.
My
Chemical Romance, Paramore, all of those groups.
Now, what I will say, I don't think the song's boring or repetitive by any means. Like, besides the halftime breakdown at the second half of the chorus you mentioned, I do feel like the build-up into the chorus, where it almost gets very arpy and stringy, and very poppy almost. That was
it's like the most. It's at some points I think too positive. Like it felt it felt like so like there's some parts of the songs for like a rock song that are so sugar coated that I'm like, oh my goodness, you know,
Right.
you know when you drink like lemonade, it's too sweet, and you're like, oh, the water, cut this with some water or something real quick.
What?
Right,
No, I
right.
love sugar on lemonade.
Anita, okay, no, better example. Do you scoop up sugar and just put it in your mouth?
Nah,
Yeah,
no,
well, there you go.
Well, no.
I do, no, Doug, I know exactly what you're talking about. Because, like, the part I was talking about, the part right before the chorus, where it gets, like, the example is, like, 30 seconds into the video or so. He's, like, lying on the floor, and it's, like, inverted so that he's, like hanging from the ceiling. That part is very, like, not punky at all, and, like, very poppy, almost to the point where I'm, like, kind of...
Electronic-y? Is that the part you're referring to?
Was it? I don't think it was electronic. I heard, like, string noises.
Oh, string, okay.
Yeah, no, there was dong, 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 you know, that thing going on. And I was like, this could fit into, like, Feel My Rhythm by Red Velvet or something. I don't know. Like, it was good. It was good. But then again, I was like, I just got taken out of it a little bit. But at the same time, I kind of liked it. So I don't know what I'm trying to say, you know? I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Okay. See, hearing your interpretation, my perspective was that some songs, I think, lyrically or maybe emotionally are meant to be like negative, right? Like, oh, I'm good without you, like good riddance, you know? But musically they sound very happy. But then they kind of contradict visually. So like there's a lot of layers there where like it doesn't sound necessarily like negative or like dark, but like the message overall is not like positivity, you know, happiness. It's just that the musical I guess vibe is kind of like contradicting. So you find it like, oh, like, am I meant to be happy? Am I meant to be sad? Like, what is the true feelings of the singer, right? Like, I think there was a point where I was listening to the lyrics and the song and the visuals, and I was like, is this actually like the person is happy that they're without this other person, or are they actually sad? Like, that's what I was reflecting on.
I think that thing of it, right? I think that's up for like interpretation. Right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's intentionally left ambiguous so that it really comes down to how you want to take it. That being said, I still feel like the arrangement of that section was kind of out of it. Like, sure, if you want to subvert expectations and do a positive spin on that section, go for it. But like at the same time, like, it's gotta sound like one song. You know?
I mean, I feel like this song could have been played at like Van's Warped Tour back in the day. People would have like, good time listening to this. Yeah, that was like Warped Tour was like the precursor to Coachella, and it was like punk rock.
All bands, yeah.
Yeah, it was all bands. But yeah, I had a lot of nostalgia listening to this one, and some people knew what I was talking about last week with those MP3 chip things. People knew, and they were talking about them for a long time. How cool it was. And so, let me know what your favorite early 2000s, mid 2000s punk rock fueled by ramen band was.
Oh,
basically. Martin, if you don't know, that was the biggest label at the time that hired all these people.
Fueled by ramen.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like All Time Low, Paramore, Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy. We're all under them. Yeah.
Well, since we're a Korean music podcast, may I suggest Crying Nut?
Crying Nut.
That's a great name. I just putting that out there.
All right.
Just one nut.
Let's move on to the final song. It came out today on Monday, the 9th. It is TXT's Good Boy Gone Bad. So they were from Big Hit debut 2019. Last year's songs were Loser Lover, Magic, 01 Love Song, 13 Music Show win so far. And TXT have now joined BTS and Im Young-un, who did this earlier, like literally earlier in the week, I think, as the first acts to ever sell 900,000 plus copies of an album during the first day of release on Hanto.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I believe Im Young-un also did it this week.
A lot of people.
Pretty sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, no, not a lot of people. Only 3 folks.
Oh, yeah, in total, but
that is
recently.
Ridiculous. Like,
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
It makes sense though. TXT up and coming, they're still rising.
You know, I bet you that Im Young-un, so he's the trot singer, right? He's the trot king in Korea right now. I bet you every single market in Korea, because in Korea has a huge culture of traditional markets, I bet you they're selling his album in every, like 1,000 copies in every single market in the country, right? For sure. But going back to TXT, how did we feel about this one?
If I'm being very honest, I didn't see any teasers or anything leading up to this, so I wasn't sure what the sound was going to be like. I expected it to be dark still, and it kind of is, but I was left with an overall feeling of like the concept or like the sound itself. I just didn't feel like it was very well like expanded as far as it could have been. And it felt ambiguous because I feel like visually TXT is usually like very good at like creating a theme or like a concept, and it fits very well musically as well. But for this one, I felt like there was a general dark visual idea, but I didn't actually know what it was. Like I was a little lost.
Dang. I mean, there are visual motifs. Oh, you know what? I'll let Doug talk first, actually.
Well, I mean, the biggest visual motif for me was the whole Joker bit, but that was just me in this one.
Okay, yeah. I feel like the graveyard sets was also something.
Right, the graveyard sets too.
This is a lot more up in your face than a typical TXT song. And until the final third of the song, my biggest critique was going to be there wasn't a lot of choreo, but then they gave you a ton on the back end, right? Which I liked. I thought that was the best part of the whole song. Because it seems that the first half of the music video, which it complements the song in itself. That's a whole argument whether music videos should be judged on, like within the quality of the song, right? That's a whole other argument. But the first half of it was just a lot of like world building in the shots, right? A lot of interesting shots going on. Not a huge focus on the actual performance piece, which I think is TXT's strongest like asset, is how good they are in person and how good they are at dancing and their choreography and stuff like that. So I had that. Plus I had a song with like a really up in your face chorus that was just pretty aggressive. It kind of reminded me of some early like Monster X stuff for some reason to me. And then we have that there. And I was like, we have this aggressive song with this nice beat. We got this nice cadence going on with the chanting pretty much, right? But we don't have like a crazy dance to solidify it. Because for me, if you're going to do a chanty bit where the beat is very like, dun, good, guy, gone bad, like that over again, we could be hitting really hard dance moves right there, right? Doing something really cool visually. And we didn't really have that connection until the last bit of the song. So for me, the first half of the song, I was just sitting there like, it's good. It's interesting. We got a lot of cool scenes, but I feel like we're missing like the TXT essence until I got it in the second half.
Okay. I guess I was looking at it from a different perspective, right? Because to me, the TXT essence isn't really about performance. It's about their ability to interpret a genre so well.
Okay, true. With like Loser Lover. Yeah.
Right. I've constantly said I really love Loser Lover. The follow-up to that, I forget its name. I'm so sorry, but that was really, really great too. Their earlier stuff, not a huge fan, but I think it was still pretty good. And to a degree, I still feel like here's a TLDR. The song's good. It's not bad, but it's fine. You know what I mean? It's all right. Honestly, it's a little forgettable, which is something I want to stay away from saying. But they have a generally hip hop core to the sound with the drums and like, if you listen to the verse, there's like there's dong 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 noises going on in the background, and then there's like and these are the kinds of cliches you kind of hear in K-pop kind of often. Not those specific sounds, but like, the way that you kind of get what I'm saying, the aesthetic of it really. And they all kind of work. The aggressiveness, the punk kind of guitar-y chorus works. Again, something we've seen in a lot of other boy groups, not only the recent year or two, but like in the recent decade or so. And I'm not saying it's dated either. It sounds pretty dated. Right. Yeah. It sounds pretty trendy, if anything. But at the same time, I guess my expectations were like up here, you know, in terms of like, like they did that emo thing so well. Like, what's next for these folks? And it was pretty clear that this is like a next chapter for these folks, right? Because like the last two albums were like a front and back thing. This is a Minnesota 2, which is like a new, it's. Their album series numbering is changing. That's kind of important to me. So I thought I knew this. I knew coming in, the sound's gonna change. I was excited to see what they do, and the stuff we got, it works. Like I put on my pants, they fit. I closed the button and everything. I can zip it up.
Does it spark joy?
I don't know,
right?
Marikanzo, like
you don't know yet.
Yeah, it's all right. I can put on the pants and go to school and go to work. I think that's fine. But like, I'm not gonna like do the model walk down the hallway and be like, "Hello, people, look at my jeans and my."
They
and
won't
my
be your favorites.
No, look, they're not my apple bottom jeans. These are more like, these are the black jeans I wear to like complement whatever other color I'm wearing on top, I get that. Yeah, look, you kind of get what I'm saying at this point. I want to reiterate, I don't think this sounds bad, because I do think they do a pretty good job of like combining the pop punk aggressiveness with the kind of hip hop core they've done, and to a degree, this is not something we've seen from TXT thus far. The hip hopness of it sounds very hypey, for the lack of a better term.
Yes, I agree with that. Yes.
Yeah, and to be very clear, maybe personal bias or whatever, not been a huge fan of that. Just putting that out there. But regardless of which group, you know which I'm referring to. So in that aspect, I was like, it's all right.
Okay.
See, Doug thinks it's awful.
No, I don't. I don't think it's awful.
Oh, okay. You also think it's all right.
Well, I think that the last couple of songs have really focused on the musical aspect of their brand. Like,
Right.
The focus was we're gonna release these songs that fit the genre so well. We're gonna do stuff. We're gonna be one of the first people to do it. We're gonna hit this emo thing real hard, right? We're gonna hit this like kind of mopey grunge thing real hard, right? And I think this song was more like, let's do a more traditional-ish K-pop song and focus on the performance aspect. I think that was the focus of this one.
That's what I honestly feel like. It feels like they were like, oh, you know, just
Like let's do one for the K-pop peoples. That's what it felt like to me.
yeah.
And that's neither a good thing nor bad thing. I think that was just a decision that was made. Now, and it's tough because I think this type of song fits more with the first half of the TXT we've gotten so far. The first couple releases they did, where it's more like generally sort of K-pop-ish, and then I think the last couple songs were more genre focused. But now that we're back to doing something that's more, I would say, the realm of K-pop, which what I would expect from a K-pop group, I still think it's really good though. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of got used to the
Genre hits.
not only genre hits, but like I associate TXT. I know they have their lore, and I'm not very well versed in it, but I enjoy the visual aspect that they try to include. Because, my prime example was Blue Hour, because I really enjoyed that music video, that whole sound that they had going on. I just thought everything came together so well, and even going forward in the releases after that, I feel like the visual, the concept commitment, and the sound matched so well that I feel like, yes, the sound here is not bad. I think it's still pretty good quality, but the visuals and the concept, the theming going along with it just feels like it didn't go all the way. Like, we have like sets, we have costumes, and there was some storylines being built here and with individual shots, but I still feel like I don't know, I guess it didn't have that level of complexity that I'm used to from them. And I guess maybe not all songs have to be that complex or that heavy in like lore or storyline, but I don't know. I guess it's a nice thing that I associate with them, because I feel like, yes, TXT delivers as far as like music videos and them being like very high quality, and there's a lot of stuff going on.
Now, here's the thing. I don't know anything about the TXT lore. I know that there are multiple men involved. That's about it. Now, that being said, I still think there's things to point out about the music video that I didn't like. They gave Yeonjun a black cap hat, like a.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, costuming wise, there was
What?
like a ton going on.
I can't even see his face. I was like, who is this guy? Like, I had to go through like process of elimination to figure out who this. I don't even know if it's Yeonjun. I might be wrong. Who knows?
I think you're right. I think it
Am I
was.
right? Okay, yeah, process of elimination. Use that on your next exam. Cause here's the thing, like when I'm thinking about like black hats that are like turned all the way down so you can't see their eyes, like you've seen it on K-dramas, right? Where like the main character is trying to hide from like
hiding an identity.
Right.
Yeah, that's usually why it's used.
Oh, I'm gonna wear a hat and put on the mask. They can't see my face, or like something like that. And I was like, this is like. He's a good-looking man. Like, I want to see his face. You know, like.
Here's one thing. The music video is directed by different people this time.
Okay.
So that might be something
that
about
might
it.
be
So
some
I'm reading here
there.
that one guy directed all of the Dark Chapter music videos, right?
So we're really
the Dream Chapter. That's what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone took over from Blue Hour, but they're now on the LeSephirim team, right? So this is a new person directing this one who formerly has done a lot of work at SM and YG.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't know what he's done in SM and YG, and if this is what he's done, is so far I know he's done Good Boy Gone Bad. We know he's done Fearless but LeSephirim, which we've also criticized the visuals a bit.
No. I said the LeSephirim. There's a different the person who worked with them on Blue Hour is now on LeSephirim, not this one.
I actually really like the LeSerafim.
Yeah, what are you saying, Warren? God damn.
But okay, so maybe there's a change in production.
Now I look like an idiot, and I've died a virgin. Goodbye.
No, but that makes sense in some way in my questions as regarding the visuals, because I felt like something feels a little different here as compared to their previous releases visually. But if there's also a change in like visual production, that would explain some things.
Now, I'm gonna continue talking about their lore because I don't know anything about their lore, but I think I have a guess.
Okay.
Hear me out. Their next concept is gonna be about zombies. It's gonna involve zombies.
Okay.
You know why?
Why?
They're in the graveyard, right?
I like that
Multiple
part.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like the music video begins and ends with the members peering down at the grave, which the camera is looking up on, right? So imagine the cameraman just like looking up on these folks, and the TXT members are just kind of looking down, right? Looking all
Yes.
sultry. And then they never like put the dirt back in.
They
The
never
grave is
buried
left
the whole.
empty. Yeah, they never bury the guy. Why would you do that?
Well, I thought it was just for aesthetic reasons.
It's gonna be zombies. I'm calling it.
Zombies.
TXT
Okay.
Next mini album or
Here's
single.
the thing. TXT and Hypen need to do a Halloween collab one year, don't they? Like
It would work.
It would
They
work.
It would make sense.
And Hypen does so many Halloween-ish concepts that I feel like they really need to collab at some point
Vampires.
if they were gonna go this vibe. This TXT song. This is the one that I'm gonna have to listen to more, guys. Like I don't have a real
Agreed.
set opinion of this one. I think I like it though. It's kind of hype. It is actually way more hype than a lot of their other songs. Now I'm thinking about it.
It's a different vibe for sure. They did a little bit of a change here.
I like the pre-chorus. I think the vocals are extra good on this one.
Oh yes, I agree on that. I like the pre-chorus.
At the beginning, though, if you the first couple lines, I don't know, I don't remember specifically who's singing at the beginning. It's kind of muffled at the beginning, and I was like, "Is it gonna be muffled like this the whole time?" But then 5 seconds later, it wasn't. But I was just really confused for a hot second.
Yeah.
I don't think that was a big issue at all. Yeah.
Well,
TXT. They have a lot of
TXT.
music. They sell a ton of albums.
Oh yeah.
Like that's insane. 900,000 is gonna go over 1 million. You gotta think they sell them like $10 each in Korea. Jesus Christ, like 10 million bucks right there.
There's a section in the music video where they're running through a tunnel.
Yes, there was a big
Right.
tunnel sequence, and he crashed. There's a guy who crashed the motorcycle. Yeah,
I was like getting like I don't know why, but like I was thinking about Stacy while that was happening because like Run to
Oh,
You
yeah.
begins with them running through a tunnel, but they're all like, yeah, happy.
They're happy.
Well,
yes.
I just kept on getting Dark Knight vibes. There was a tunnel car chase scene, like, you know, and then he crashes the bike and he's kind of looking at himself, and then he turns into the Joker essentially, right? At one point, so
But
I was
they-
getting Dark Knight vibes.
okay.
Do we got anything
Maybe.
else to say? TXT, good boy, gone bad.
Oh, that was good. I was like,
Good. Yeah, I like TXT.
Nice.
I don't think TXT has had a bad song yet. Nah, I would argue that. All right. What?
I don't know what I was gonna say. Never mind.
Okay,
Move on.
okay.
Next section, please.
All right. Other new releases include Real with Hiding Words, and then we have Psy. He released the Celeb music video. We had Alice, formerly known as Elris, with their re-debut with Power of. That's an interesting song. It's like they do like lyrical dancing in a slow song. It's like
Power of Love.
straight up. You gotta check it out. It's unexpected. And like if for a rebrand, who would have thought they would do that? And then we had a B-side MV from 1 week called Montage. All right, Spice King. Last week, Dreamcatcher's. Okay, how do I pronounce this? Maison, yes. Maison, yes. They picked up the third crown, entered the Hall of Spice. Second place was Psy's That, produced and featuring Suga. And third place was Mion's Drive. New candidates this week include the 3 that we covered: iKON's But You, Woodz, I Hate You, TXT, Good Boy, Gone Bad. I have a chart this week.
All right.
So I couldn't vote for Dreamcatcher anymore, right, guys? Because it's at
sad.
the Hall of Spice.
Yes.
But I'm going to replace Dreamcatcher number 1 with Woodz, I Hate You.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I'm just doing it. Second place. I listened to this song a lot more this week. I've grown more fond of it. And that is Psy's That, produced and featuring Suga.
Oh,
I do enjoy the song now.
look at you.
And then third place, I kind of wanted. I'm in between TXT and La Seraphim.
Hybe.
I'm gonna vote for TXT. Yeah.
Okay.
TXT in there.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
Well, we started off very similar, Doug, because I also had Woodz on first.
Yeah, let's go.
I also wanted to shout out that this track reminded me of Yena's B-side. I think it's called Love to You.
People were saying that it seems like a very similar song.
Right? Yeah, and I like that vibe. I really hope that more people get on this genre and like really commit to it because I think it's fun. So I put it on first, and I have iKON on second.
Okay.
I liked the retro sound for them. I think it was unexpected, but I like how they executed it. I think it's a good shift. I don't think it's going to be something that they recreate moving forward, but it's a good change, and it's I think it's refreshing for the group. So I'll put it on second. And then for third, I'm going to keep Le Sserafim. I don't know. I've been listening a lot to their live stages.
Okay.
I think they're pretty stable. Shout out to Blue Flame. That's a really good song.
My biggest takeaway from Le Sserafim, this entire comeback, is I don't know how they did it, but Sakura has gotten really good. Like,
yes, she's really
if you watch, like, I know Sakura was in AKB for a long time. J-pop, K-pop, two totally different games in my opinion. If you go back to the Purdue season she was on and watch her in the first couple episodes where they put her in A for some reason, probably didn't deserve it, right? But put her in A, they show her throughout the season, and then you look at how good she is now in Le Sserafim, it is a different kid.
A lot of
Straight
improvement.
up. A lot of improvement. That's my biggest takeaway from the promotions.
Word.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out which order to talk about this in. Okay, let's start at the bottom, right? Just go with it. Woodz. I like the track. I'm
Not on your chart. Not on your chart.
No, Woodz is third. What is third?
Oh!
It's good.
Woodz, I hate you. I don't hate the song, man. I like you, man. I think it's nice. I have to admit, it's not something that I'm like positively fond of in terms of sound or
Melancholy,
something.
yeah.
Right, but
Nostalgia.
at the same time, I do feel like I appreciate the commitment, and I think that's really, really well done. And whether I think the sound of his voice, the tone of his voice is appropriate for this or not, I'm not going to deny the song is good. The song is really, really good. So I'm at least putting it on third. Second was a bit of a surprise for me. So I have a playlist on Spotify that has last week's songs and this week's songs on it. And that's what I usually listen to when I prepare for these episodes. I listen to it throughout the day, in between meetings, in the morning, while I shower, while I'm brushing my teeth, while I'm taking a dump, all that.
Okay.
And here I am. What, you guys don't do that? You know?
What? No.
Here's the thing. I think there's one track that stood out so much that I kind of appreciated it because it felt like a good breather between tracks, and that's Fearless by Le Sserafim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't think the song's perfect by any means. I don't think the song's like a game changer by any means. You know, I do see where people are coming with in terms of the song being a little boring, but in terms of what I said last week, I'm leaning a little more towards this song being kind of a groovy, rhythmatic, chill song in a good way.
Cool song, a chic song.
Yeah, it's a cool chic song. It's not Fearless. Yeah, let's just put that out there. It's
Doesn't
not
fit
Fearless.
the title, but okay.
No. But yeah, I think it's nice.
Wait, which one did you put in second?
Fearless.
Seraphim.
Good.
All right. So what do we have left? Right, we have iKON, or we have TXT, we have Psy.
Neon.
Here, Neon. Neon track is great. I forgot about it. I'm not putting it in. Sorry. Kind of ironic, given I gave it first last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. That by Psy. I honestly, guys, I'm sorry. I don't like the track. Week later, I might like it less than I did last week.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, I was going through his old songs again. I was like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just old. Maybe I'm just a boomer. Maybe that's what it is.
Out for you. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Even New Face was like really good. I don't know. Whatever. Move on.
Phase, yeah.
iKON? TXT? It's one of those two, isn't it?
What is
Yeah,
it gonna
TXT's
be?
alright. I'm putting it to iKON. I don't know how.
Okay.
I don't know how you guys are ignoring this. This is good.
I have it on second.
That's ignoring. You gave it second. I'm putting it on first.
Wow.
What? I think it's good. You got a problem with that?
No, I'm looking at the results. Wow.
Oh wow.
What about
What did
gang?
the? Yeah.
The Gochu gang.
What's the gang?
So, all right, number one, we had a ton of issues getting to this chart. I couldn't count today. I really
Like a
couldn't.
boat
I had to
counting.
count this 5 times. But
Oh man.
first place was TXT, Good Boy Gone Bad, with
Okay.
31 points.
Nice.
Second place ended up being Psy with That with 27 points. And there was a tie for third with iKON But You and Le Seraphim Fearless. They both had 22.
I see.
It was relatively
Nice.
close this week.
Wow.
As a result, first place this week, Woodz I Hate You.
Let's go.
Nice.
Second place, iKON But You. Third place is a tie between Psy, That, and TXT, Good Boy Gone Bad. Boom.
Nice.
Okay.
Look at that.
Finally, we're at show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
Yes, we have a couple. We still have Big Bang winning with Still Life on Show Music Core, so they have a total of 9 wins with this
Dang.
song. Congrats to them. And then we also have IVE with Love Dive winning on M Countdown and Inkigayo, so they have a total of 8 wins with their comeback. Monster X with Love had 2 wins on Show Champion and Music Bank. And then we have Mion with her first win on the show with Drive. Congrats to
Wow.
her.
So
Congrats.
I was thinking damn, I've won a ton of songs. This has to be their record for it. Nope, because 11 got 13.
Yeah.
Has
They're
any
close.
group won more with their first 2 songs? Can someone fact check this for me? They've won 21 music show wins with their first 2 songs.
That's crazy.
Isn't
Wow.
that that's ridiculous, right?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Let me put for instance. All right, let me look at the chart. They are the 30th most winning group of all time already.
30th overall.
Overall,
Wow.
Wow.
they are tied for 30th with Taeyang for the most music
Wow.
wins, and they are one above Boa,
That's crazy.
That's
and
crazy.
they are one above Oh My Girl. Isn't
Well,
that ridiculous?
Well, now I feel bad for Oh My Girl.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to me. For reference, IVE has 21 wins. Oh My Girl is at 20. B2B's at 17. Sunmi's at 16. The Boys are at 15. TXT's at 13. Stray Kids is at 13. For some reason, IVE just wins music shows.
They're popping off.
They're popping
Popping
off. Their song is good too. I've kind of come around on it. I like.
No, I
those
agree.
five.
I agree.
Yeah.
I both of their songs took me a long time to get into, but I think they're really good songs now.
Dude, I had a friend staying over for a week last week. He was actually sitting in my room while I was recording last week in my New York apartment, and after a couple days he was like.
I agree. Yeah, there's some good songs. But that wraps up part 1 of Soju Talk episode 188. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
We are back at it with part 2 of Soju Talk episode 188. All right. News and events. Actually, a decent amount of news this week, surprisingly.
Good or bad?
First one. WM Entertainment confirms the news of Jiho leaving the agency as well as withdrawing from Oh My Girl. With Jiho leaving and the rest of the members renewing their contract, Oh My Girl will resume activities as a 6-member group from now on.
Wow. Dang.
Why?
Okay. I did some number 1, they're in their 7th year, so they had to renew the contracts.
Okay.
Number 1.
Okay.
They actually had another member back in the day named Ginny, but she also left.
Yep.
But from what I've read and from what the fans have said, Jiho wanted to do activities outside of just Oh My Girl while they're in Oh My Girl. where she feels that a lot of the other kids have had opportunities to be on other shows, host radios, be a presenter on certain things, but she individually has done basically nothing outside of Oh My Girl. So they feel that that's one of the reasons why she didn't renew.
Okay, I mean, logically that checks out, right? Like, Jiho's not a member I'm super familiar with in Oh My Girl. Like, I know Seunggi, I know
Hyojung,
the leader,
Yua,
right?
Arin.
Yua,
Arin.
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess if that's what she was arguing for, I guess that kind of makes sense.
I completely understand why that would be the case.
Yeah, I understand. That being said, I wonder why WM didn't really. If they didn't give her the opportunity, I wonder why. Right? Like,
Well, I guess
was it personal beef?
we're now in an age in K-pop where a lot of people have been successful in part 2 of their careers, right? More than ever, because we have companies like what is it? The size company P Nation, and then we have that other company that's been scooping up people lately, Big Planet Made, right?
Oh yeah,
Where
that's one.
there are a lot of people who leave groups or leave companies, join those type of companies, and still have successful careers, right? So we're in an age where we used to say back in the day, once you're out of the group, you're donezo. You're a normal person now, right? But I think now more than ever, even if you're not in your original thing, you still have a chance to succeed, right? And my guess is that she just wasn't happy, right? Like, and just because there's a renewal doesn't mean that you have to stay. I think as fans, sometimes we think that these kids are, we sometimes feel like, oh, we gotta stay together. We love the group, right? But at the end of the day, it's a personal choice, I think. Because these other group members all re-signed, which means that they were decently happy with the situation and with what WM was offering. But she probably wasn't, and she's like, I'm gonna go do my own thing. And we have to respect that.
Yeah, best of luck.
Yeah, it's a little sad, but I respect that decision. Hope for the best.
It is what it is. Yeah, all right, next one. In terms of contracts, though, Starship have confirmed that Monsta X's Shonyu, Kihyun, and Hyunwong have renewed their contracts, but they are still currently in discussions with Minhyuk, Juhun, and IM. So that's another thing. If you're a Monsta X fan, you gotta be watching that and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Juhan is. The
I wouldn't be.
key core
That's what
member.
I'm saying, Juhun. Like, I wouldn't be
Juhan?
surprised if he wants to dip.
Oh no, I'm saying he needs. I hope he stays. Like he.
I think Starship needs to offer him a really good contract.
God, they better.
Wow.
Don't skimp out.
Yeah, like they gotta give him like 70-30 split to him. You know, like some really beneficial to him contract. Because he's the. I feel like I think Monsta X has a lot of good members, but he's like to me as a casual, the heart and soul of that group.
Yeah, I agree. He plays such a significant critical role in their songs. Like I just can't imagine.
All right, next one. Fearless by LeSephrim now holds the highest first day sales of a girl group debut album on Hanto history. They sold 722 copies. So let me say that again: 174,722 copies on the first day.
In one day, in 24 hours.
Jeez.
One day for a girl group album sale.
Oh my God! Can you calculate that a little bit? That's like
It's a lot of sales.
that's 7,000 per hour.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, that's 100 every minute.
Jeez.
People,
that's-
people are hyped, dude.
That's two
Yeah.
albums every second. 2 albums every second.
Sound like pancakes, hotcakes.
I mean, they have some good music and they have very hyped up kids. There's a lot to like from
Yes.
them.
I'm excited for more. I just want to see more. now.
Yeah, I think
Same.
I'm so excited about the list. Oh, I'm hyped for any IVE release. I want to see the list, the LeSeraphim and NMIX follow-ups. I think
Yes.
those are going to be very critical to both of those groups.
Yeah.
And then I'm still waiting. There's some other young groups I'm waiting for. I'm always down for Stacy music. I think they have one of
Yes,
the
Stacey
they have like
girls.
the best track record. I need to see aespa follow up their incredible 2021 still. And where has ITZY been? Right? All these things for girl group fans right now. A lot of good stuff. All right, finally, these are kind of all together. So these are like tours, all US stuff. So if you're not a US person, sorry, but you know, we're US based. Brave Girls has announced their first US tour, making stops during the month of July in Philadelphia, New York City, Miami, Atlanta, Chicago, Dallas, Denver, San Francisco, and LA.
Ooh, Brave Girls.
So they're doing a lot of things. Next, Hello 82, which is like a K-pop media thing, which I've seen online often. They posted on their SNS pages that NMIX will be coming to LA on March 22nd.
May 22nd. Wow.
May
that's crazy.
22nd. May 22nd. Yeah.
Pretty
it's
soon.
like kind of soon. And they didn't
Yeah.
post any more details, but it's happening.
Stay
Dang.
tuned.
Yeah, they literally said NMIX is coming to LA. Save the date. We have a special NMIX event coming soon. It might be like a fan meet thing. You remember we should have went to that ITZY one that we didn't go to, Warren, in Brooklyn?
Oh God, that
and
is
the,
like one
and
of the
the tickets
biggest
were like
regrets.
$50 for like row 20 or something.
Why didn't we
Wow.
go? Why didn't we?
You know
go?
why we didn't go? Because it was in the middle of nowhere in Brooklyn, and it would have taken me like 2 hours to get there from my house.
Oh God.
We should have went though.
We
That was
should've
before
went,
they
though.
popped off.
Next time.
Yeah.
Next time.
Finally, Dreamcatcher will be attending Anime Matsuri on July 28th and 29th in Houston, Texas. So they are going to an anime convention.
All right.
That's like so appropriate for these guys.
Right? Oh, I'm looking up the tickets too. The VIP packages are sold out.
Oh,
Whoa.
look at that.
Like I was looking at their Eventbrite to buy tickets. I was like, how is this going? The $395 Ultra VIP is sold out. VIP at $250 is sold out. They only have P1 and P2, $99
my
and
God.
$70. And you can get a T-shirt too. You could buy one straight here.
Wow.
So that's kind of cool. But
Well,
I think they fit this genre perfectly. The overlap between Dreamcatcher fans and probably people who like anime is pretty high too.
There's a
So,
Venn
like,
diagram there.
It'd be cool. Imagine going to an anime con and being like, I'm gonna see one of my favorite K-pop groups too while I'm here.
Two birds with one stone.
All right?
Thought it's only about Japanese culture, but you were wrong.
Yeah, I've been watching some anime lately, so I would be down if they did that in New York.
Yo,
Whoa.
brave girls in NYC though.
Hey Warren, do we want to go to the one in November?
What's in November?
Anime NYC at the Javits Center.
Sure, why not?
Do you want to go? You want to go one
Go
night?
for it.
I'm down to go.
Sure. Let's play rock paper scissors. The loser has to dress up.
Cosplay?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm honestly down if you want to do that.
Well, I mean, I
What's
thought
Warren lose?
I thought the loser has to cosplay, but if you're down to do it, like
No, I'm saying loser cosplays. Bro, you know what's
Oh,
easy?
okay.
Just be an Isekai protagonist. We'll just get sweatsuits, dude. You could be either Subaru from ReZero, or you can be the guy from Konosuba. You just have to buy a tracksuit for either of those dudes.
oh, I could do the guy from Konosuba since I didn't watch ReZero. You can do Konosuba. Oh, sorry, ReZero.
That makes sense because he has
There you go.
black hair. Yeah, I could
Yeah.
be Subaru. Yeah.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah, we should go. How much? We're literally planning our trip on podcast.
All right.
Hey, it ain't that bad. $65 one day. Yeah, we could
That's
do
not
that.
bad at all.
We could do that. Yeah, we're going. Okay.
All right.
If you want to come visit us at the Anime NYC powered by Crunchyroll convention
recognize
in
them.
November. If you're in the New York area, we'll talk about it more. If you're actually down to meet us there, we'll be there.
Is this the actuality of Sake Talk, your anime shot of the week?
I have like anime figures. You know how sometimes you have something, but you've been so lazy that you haven't like done something that's obvious. The way I'm saying, I have these anime figures in boxes. I still haven't opened them. They're just there.
Oh my
I should do
god.
it. At
You
some point.
always do that though. That's like something you do. Like every time I go to your house, I'm like, look at all these shoes
Yeah.
not being worn in their boxes. Like, get them out.
All right, we're in open discussion anyway. I've been watching some footy lately, some soccer, as us Americans call it, or football. As a
Boy,
global fan.
Sorry, who says footy? I'm just curious.
I don't know. I made that up.
Okay, that
So-
it sounded like weirdly very
The teams I support,
promiscuous.
right? What? Okay, yo. Okay.
Teams, Doug.
The teams
on
I
your-
support, base level, like actually support, it's Manchester United
Boo.
because Park Ji-sung was on there when I was growing up, and then New York Red Bulls because they're the local team. Those are the two teams I like. But teams, I have a team I like in like each of the countries. Like I like Dortmund in Germany, and Anita
Oh.
doesn't like this, but I like Real Madrid, and in Italy I like AC Milan. So those are like the teams I like.
So you like the teams that are generally just good.
I feel, yeah.
Like to win. Not
You
wrong.
like to I get that.
Hey, back when like I liked Manchester United for the first time, we were winning the Premier League and things like.
Fair.
I think the first year I liked them was Ronaldo's last year in England. Like,
Did you like it when Ronaldo was very aggressive to a kid's cell phone over the last couple?
I wasn't too happy about that. Yeah, it was kind of awkward. It's kind of weird having him on the like. Our team is kind of in shambles right now. Like, Ronaldo's old, but he's scoring goals, so we can't really complain too much. It's just like he's really old, right? Like, but are you really gonna say no to having Ronaldo on your team for $15 million? No, right? Like,
here's the thing, right? From a Korean perspective, most of the Korean soccer fans, I think I briefly talked about this somewhere, most of the Korean soccer fans are very anti-Ronaldo, has been the last couple of years.
Yes, after he was supposed to go to the thing in Korea, and then he only came on as a sub, right? Or did he not play?
He just sat on the bench.
The whole time?
Yeah, he didn't show up to the interview because he was apparently too busy getting ready to perform and play, but he just sat on the bench the entire 90 minutes. So people were like, yo, I paid good money to see Ronaldo do something, and all he did was sit. So people were very, very pissed off. But now in the 2022 World Cups, in our Korea's gonna be playing Spain. So like
Spain?
He's not Spanish.
He's Portuguese.
Sorry,
He's Portuguese.
Portugal. I'm sorry.
Wait, are we not versing? Wait, are we versing them?
Are they in the same bracket?
No,
We're in the
Portugal.
same bracket as Portugal. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
So we'll go down.
Yes. So that is the only thing Korean fans want to do. We don't care about progressing.
Winning.
We don't. Dude, who cares? It's not gonna happen. We just want to beat Portugal and its stupid ass. You know? Like,
isn't Korea kind of bad right now?
I don't think we're awful.
Okay.
This is Son Heung-min's peak is right now. This is the best player he'll ever be right now.
This is Son and the boys. Son and the boys. I honestly feel like Ghana, fine, it's gonna be easy.
I don't think it's gonna be easy, but okay.
No, that
really? No, I think Ghana's gonna be the easy win. I hope. Portugal, I honestly think might be easier than the other team on the bracket, which is Uruguay.
Oh yeah, Uruguay.
Uruguay has been spicy as of late. I've been watching their games, and they know what's up.
I have a World Cup prediction already.
Really?
I know Brazil is ranked number 1, right? And they're favorites to win it. But I think France is gonna repeat, and then Brazil would win the next one. I think the Brazil team's too young right now. I know Neymar isn't young, but there are other players like Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo. I think they're one World Cup too young right now. I think France is still at their peak. And I know that Pogba's playing like ass for United, but I feel like you get him motivated for the World Cup and he'll show up. If they even take him. Could you imagine they don't take Paul Pogba? That'd be insane. Yeah, I still think France is gonna win it. That's my take.
We'll see.
Korea, though, I think it'd be a successful World Cup if we make it out of the group stage.
That's all I'm hoping for, honestly. I don't have a vendetta against.
We got
Ronaldo,
two dudes playing in England, though, right, Son? And then you have Hwang Hee-chan, right, at Wolves. Yep. He's all right. He ain't too great though. He's all right.
He's all right.
He's all right.
He's all right. He's nice. It's really ironic because like I've worn the Arsenal uniform a couple times. I'm kind of like a casual gunner, I guess. And you know, Son is on our rival team, which is Tottenham. We have a Japanese player called Tomiyasu. He's effing amazing. Hope you feel better, my lad. So you know, being a Korean and being a gunner, you know, it's not. Sometimes people are like, "Why are you supporting?" You know, like, I'm just like, you know, we have red uniforms. That's close enough. Oh man,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. I'll be buying the Korean World Cup uniform soon, I think.
Oh,
they
nice.
changed the logo, right?
It's been a couple of years, but yeah.
Okay, I haven't paid attention all that much. I kind of like this new logo. It's odd. It's too square, like too diamondy, though, in my opinion.
The geometric flats.
Yeah, the geometric lion. I don't know. I'll send you a picture. I don't know how I feel about it.
Lion? It's a tiger.
Polygon tiger.
No.
All right, you're screaming in the mic.
Oh my God.
You're literally cutting out every other word because you're too.
Tiger.
Okay, tiger. Tiger?
Honestly, it would look better if they just added ears. Where are the ears?
Isn't the jersey a weird shade of red too, or like the last one was?
You know what? It was like a pinkish red almost, like a gradient.
Yeah, I saw it. It was
nice. What do you mean? It's good.
Have they announced the World Cup jerseys yet? Like the actual
Not
one?
yet. I imagine soon. But
Wait, I kind of like this tiger stripe one that they
dude,
had.
I'm telling you, it's good.
The white tiger. Oh, wait, I'm gonna have to buy this right now. Wait, Anita, look at this kit though.
Oh.
Oh, right.
A little zebra looking though.
I'm telling you,
Wait,
it's a tiger.
Here, I'm going to
Okay,
eBay
I'm
right
just
now.
saying, a little
I'm gonna
zebra.
buy it. I'm gonna go to eBay right now. Let me just buy this real quick. Okay.
Oh my god.
This is kind of nice.
I like the minimalistic ones.
Did you guys tell your mother that you guys love her for Mother's Day?
Yes. We celebrated
Yes.
Mother's Day.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got
that's
my
good.
mom like 6 pounds of chocolate. She
Oh my
likes
God.
chocolate.
That's a lot of chocolate.
Yeah, but she likes chocolate, so that's
That's good.
That's what she always wants.
Oh,
Nice, nice.
nice.
Yeah.
I made my mom breakfast.
Nice.
And got some flowers.
Very nice, very nice. The weather in Michigan was actually pretty good this past weekend.
Yeah.
So we went out around the town. Yeah, very nice.
Nice.
Hopefully it stays warm.
Nice. Now my mom's birthday is next week, so I gotta figure that out too.
Oh, dang.
It's like a back-to-back double whammy, just non-stop
rough.
party. Yeah.
You just lagged really bad.
It's a double back-to-back double whammy, just non-stop ride. You know, I'll probably make my mom seaweed soup because that's what Koreans do for mom's birthdays or anybody's birthdays for that matter.
It's good.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I need to figure out her gift.
Well, I could buy this jersey right now, the tiger stripe one, $60. Wait,
that's cheap.
Okay.
It's a
That's
cheap
not too
deal. I might
bad.
just buy it, even if it probably won't be fake. Well, actually, no. This person has a good review. We're good. We're Gucci. But yeah, did y'all? I'm assuming y'all didn't watch Spy X Family yet, so nope.
No.
Okay. I won't spoil it then. Other than that, we had so much rain this weekend. It was absolutely insane.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, it was pouring like crazy. But hopefully we're finally getting into spring though. But my allergies have been pretty bad because of it.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
We got anything else to say? Doing anything crazy?
Well, 2 hours ago, AOMG,
Oh?
their YouTube channel got hacked.
Oh, no.
So for a while, it said Tesla US,
Tesla.
Tesla US.
and their top video was Elon Musk, Bitcoin and Ethereum merge incoming ETH BTC predictions and analysis crypto news.
What the?
Right next to Code Kunst and J Park.
That's
Hopefully
something.
they get it figured out.
Yeah, well, Elon wasn't happy with just buying Twitter. He wanted AOMG as well, so
Ooh.
there you go. I think that's it for today, Doug.
Okay. Next week, Tuesday, I think that Alice Group's releasing another song tomorrow. Wednesday, Cypher and Jungseun. Friday, BI x Soldier Boy, which is
Soulja
happening.
Boy.
So, my God.
Also, Wusong from The Rose, and then Monday, Astro, DJ Hyo, also known as Hyoen from Girls' Generation, and David Chi. So, it's an open field. We might be covering some lesser covered things next week. But this has been SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me this week. We'll see you guys next time during episode 189. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons: Bagel, Based Mina, Brian, Shadow, Cotton Ball, Delmonic, Ellie, Genki Boy, Goku Mama, Jacob, Liam's Games and Toys, Luke Daniels, and Jay Parks. Tier, thank you for joining SojuTalk. And special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K Music Erday, Koala, Mafiar, Max, No Bias Luna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.